All right, we're gonna be doing some brisket chili today. So I cooked it for about 2 hours out on the Camp Chef. And we're just gonna go ahead and put it on here and just let the crock pot slow cook this thing for another few hours. And what I got here is some brisket flats. This is between 3 and 4 pounds. This is the flat part of the brisket. And all we're gonna be putting in here is, I've got my seasonings out here. And this is some Spanish paprika, some cumin. This is 3.5 tablespoons of some chili powder. And that's this Mexican chili powder. Kind of hard to find, but I did get it. And we're going to use that today. Haven't ever tried that. And also some dried thyme. I've got some salt and some chipotle chili powders, a half teaspoon of each. What we're going to do is cube this up, cut up this onion, and we're going to start browning this. Also be using some bacon. So yeah, just starting this off. I put 4 pieces of bacon in here. We're going to cook this and remove it. And that's going to give some flavor that will brown the brisket cubes in. So we'll get this crispy, and then later on we'll add this to the chili also. So the bacon. So let's get this browned up, and then we'll start browning up the brisket. Got that bacon looking nice right there. Yeah. So those look pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and remove these bacon pieces, and look at that nice oil grease that it's made that we're going to brown the brisket in. It's nice and chilly outside here in Oklahoma right now. Out here cooking on my Camp Chef out back. It's probably going to take 2 or 3 batches or maybe more. We're just going to put these brisket in little by little and get them all browned, and then I got a lot of brisket, and hopefully this pot's big enough. Now where there was excessive fat, I did trim some off, but I left some fat on. I want that in there. That's going to add great flavor. I don't want to overcrowd it. So yeah, that's what's cooking, and that's still to be thrown in the pan. So I'm going to do these in batches. Also, we're going to add some seasoning. I'm just going to add quite a bit of pepper. I got some onion powder. And some salt, actually pink Himalayan salt, sea salt, whatever salt, but I'm going to add some of that. Stir that up. I don't know if you can hear the siren, just the tornado siren happens to go off. No tornado. Testing it at noon. All right, once a week. Let me go ahead and get this stirred up. We'll brown this. I'll do several batches. And they just turned it off. So we'll go ahead and get these till they're nice and brown. Yeah, that's the first batch right there. And I'm adding some more in. I'll season this. Looks like 2 more. So I'll get all these browned up, and then we're going to add some onions and start the chili process. All right, we pulled all the brisket after it's been browned up. I'm going to set it aside. This is 1 full onion, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here. Cook it in the bacon fat as well, and now the brisket fat. Just a little bit of salt. And then I'm going to go ahead and stir that in. Scrape the bottom, you know. Yeah, look at that. I think I'll turn this down just a little bit, though. We're going to cook these a minute, and we're going to start adding everything and make this into a chili. And there's all the seared brisket. I'm going to go ahead and add all of the spices, just all at once, that we mentioned earlier in the video. Again, there'll be a link in the description if you want to see exactly what's in there. Chili powder, the Mexican chili powder, and then cumin and a bunch of other good stuff. So we're going to let this cook a minute, and then we're going to start adding the tomatoes and garlic. Then we'll add the brisket back in here and start to let it cook for a few hours. Then I've got two 14-ounce cans of these whole tomatoes. I'm going to actually take out and break them. Gonna put these in, and then we're just going to kind of break them up a little. Just squeeze them. And I'm going to add all the juice that was left over. Stir that up and let that heat up for just a second. Then I like some garlic. I just have some of this. I'm at about 4 or 5 cloves, which I'm just going to spoon some garlic in here. And about like that. Do that a few times. Good, nice amount of garlic in there. And then just mix that on in there. Make sure all them tomatoes are and at this point, I'm just going to go and re-add all the brisket. Get that mixed in. And to give it a little bit more liquid here, I've got some beef stock. This is 4 cups. I'm just going to add half of it now. I'll add more if I need it. Then at this point, I'm just going to turn the fire down to low or let this thing simmer. And I'll stir it every now and then. And I'm just going to put a cover on it. We're just going to let this, hopefully this brisket will start to break down, tenderize, fall apart, and see if we don't just have an amazing chili here in a few 3-4 hours. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover it, and we'll check back in. Almost forgot one of my important special ingredients, 1 shot of espresso. Also add in all the bacon that I cooked up earlier. I went ahead and crumbled it up. All right, let's take a look at this. So there it is, the brisket chili. It pretty much cooked out on the Camp Chef. I put it in here just to keep it warm, and looks really good. Maybe a little liquidy, but I think it looks real good. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Got already some fresh jalapenos, and we're going to put this right on top of it. Look at that. Add a little cheese. Maybe another jalapeno right on top. So right here, got the brisket, a little bit of chili there, and we're gonna see how this thing turns out. A little bit of jalapeno. Now that's dang good. Look at that. That brisket, a spoon just cut right into it. Wow. Very tender. Well, there you are. There is some Texas chili, brisket chili.